All right, dude. So how's it going in there? Give me some stuff. Talk a little bit.
It's been good. You know, it got off to like an interesting start because when you're kind of thwarted into this new setting and you got to kind of build a dynamic with something you've never experienced, it's a little unique and interesting, and it takes I think just it's sort of something that needs to marinate. It's like a time thing, but we've built a pretty good rapport, and I think I feel really good about it. I feel really it feels very positive, and today feels great. Today is particularly fantastic. I think we've kind of been working toward that stride, and we finally sort of hit it today. So it's been pretty spectacular, especially the energy's really good today. I can feel it.
It's like working with Rio.
I think it's awesome. I really like him. You know, what I really appreciate about him as an artist, a producer, a musician, whatever you want to call it, is that he's very eclectic, and he has his sort of skill set or his talents, but he can easily adapt, and he can work outside of that really well, and he's very well rounded. And so he can go from making like a really dope, kind of intense, sort of more EDM, hip hop sort of track for like an artist like a more mainstream artist like Rihanna. And then he can kind of do something a little more like indie-esque, Mike Snow, kind of dreamy, ethereal pop, like what we're working on right now. So it's really cool. He's got a pretty wide scope.
What about Mark?
I like Mark. You know, Mark is one of those guys who's full of knowledge in terms of like, being an engineer, recording, working with bands, and he just knows his shit, and you kind of can't get anything by him because he's so well versed in it. And that really, I think, has kind of helped us out a lot because he's just kind of a theory nerd, and he knows a lot about how to make things happen, in the studio and with like instruments and stuff. So it's helped us a lot. It's helped us out a lot with figuring out like certain things we're trying to do, recording the scales, figuring out certain like what key the songs are in, stuff like that. He's been a huge help.
So how's the song going today, or like, what about like...
Today's been my favorite day. Today's by far been my favorite day. The energy's just really solid. Everybody, it's really, uplifted in there. It's really like, everyone's really kind of on today. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone's laughing. I think we're all getting along really good. The song we're working on is hugely inspirational for me because, we were working on some tracks and they were going really well and I felt really good about them. But I didn't feel like we really hit that sweet spot of sort of the artistry. And then Rio was working on a track this morning, and he texted me and he's like, I'm working on something I think you're really gonna like. And I was like, all right, we'll see. And he brought it in and played it, and I was like, oh my God. And we've been working on that nonstop. And when you've been working on something for the last basically 5 hours, 6 hours straight without really kind of missing a beat, it's because it's that good. So. We do a whole album like this, and then we have 3 really solid singles. I was like, it's gonna fucking be a smash. So, and he shook my hand and high-fived me.